Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Study with Asmita. Today we are going to start with the chapter number 1, the living world of class 11th. So the word here, living, represents life, which means bio in the scientific term, and world represent diversity. Okay, so we can define biodiversity as the total number of living organisms present on the earth, which are 13 to 14 million of organisms, right? But till yet only 1.7 to 1.8 million have been discovered, which is just 13% of the total organisms, right? So, as we can see, it's such a big number that it is impossible to study about each and every organism individually. So, we just need to classify them on the basis of their similarities and dissimilarities with one another. Okay, so as I have said, the total number of identified species of plants and animals are 1.7 to 1.8 million. Okay, so 12 lakhs of total animal species are found, and the phylum Arthropoda belongs to the kingdom Animalia, which consists insects for more than 9 lakhs. If we similarly talk about plants, so the largest division of the plant kingdom is angiosperm, which consists of more than 2.5 lakhs of plant species. Okay, so as we said, we need to just classify these organisms on the basis of their character, which are similar and dissimilar to one another. So basically this classification of each and every organisms which are present on the earth is known as taxonomy. So basically taxonomy is divided into three steps, which is identification, second one is nomenclature, followed by classification. So the first identification is done on the basis of their habitat. Okay, from where we found that organisms is place is to be identified, that is known as identification. Then second, it should be provided a biological name, that is known as nomenclature. Giving it a biological name is known as nomenclature. And then the nomenclature is then followed by classification, which is method of grouping, making group of living organisms on the basis of their easily observable common characters. Okay. So biological name is given by International Code for Botanical Nomenclature in cases of plants, and International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, that is ICZD, in the case of animals. Okay, so nomenclature is basically two name system. Okay, as in our case most of us has two names, right? That is the first name and the second name, which is also known as the surname. So similarly this idea was proposed by Carlos Linnaeus, and hence he is known as the father of taxonomy. So nomenclature is basically two name system, which is also known as binomial nomenclature. Okay, so each given name to the identified species consists of two names, that is the first name and the second name. So the first name represent here generic name, or we can say the genus, and the second name that represents a specific epithet, that is the species name. Suppose in Mangifera indica, the Mangifera word represent the genus here, and the indica represent specific epithet or species name. Okay, there are few universal rules to write the names of the identified species. So we are going to discuss about that. So origin of the biological name is Latin. It should be written in italics, and the first word represents the genus name, right, as in Mangifera indica. Okay, so the first name of the identified species represents genus, and its first letter should be in capital. Okay, the second name represents here the species name, and its first letter should be small. Okay, it should be separately underlined when it's handwritten. So these are the few rules. Okay, so there are few examples given in the chapter of all the scientific names which I have collectively written here. So the biological name of potato is Solanum tuberosum. For brinjal it's Solanum melonginella. For mccoy it's Solanum nigrum. Solanum lycopodium for the tomato. Pisum sativum for the peas. Triticum acetivum for the wheat. Mangifera indica is mango, obviously, as we discussed earlier in the previous slide. And secretion and Cascata reflexa for amalvale. Okay. Examples of biological name of animals are also given. Suppose for humans it's Homo sapiens, frog is Rana tigrina, tiger is Panthera tigris, lion is for lion it is Panthera leo, housefly is Musica domestica, for leopard is Panthera pardus. One more thing I would like to say is that one genus for more than one species is termed as polytypic nomenclature. For example, as we can see, the name of the potato, brinjal, mccoy, and tomato, which possess the same genus name, okay, but different species name. So it is basically polytypic nomenclature. In case of animals, it is same with tiger, lion, and leopard. That is Panthera as their genus name, and their species name are different, right? So this is also example of polytypic nomenclature. There is one more type of nomenclature, that is tautonymy. In the case of cobra, it's both the name, that is the genus name, and the species name are same. So that refers to tautonymy type of nomenclature. Now we will talk about taxonomic categories, which can be defined as hierarchy of the steps in which each step represents a rank or a category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called taxonomic category or the hierarchy category. As we have already seen that organisms are classified, but classification has been done at different levels. This levels is collectively known as taxonomic hierarchy, and each level of classification is named as taxon. Okay, so in NCERT there have been 7 level of the classification has been given, that is species, genus, family, order, class, phylum for animals, and division for plants at the same level of the hierarchical system, and then kingdom. Okay, if we talk about species, then it can be defined as group of similar living organisms which compete among themselves for their survival, and also reproduce among themselves. Okay, and it is the basic classification, and it is the basic level of the classification which is also real, as it has most of the common characters. Right, as we go from downside to upside in a hierarchical system, we can see the number of individuals are increasing, but the number of characters from one another are decreasing. But if we come from upside to down, then we can see the characters are increasing, but the number of individuals are decreasing. Okay, so now we will talk about each and every level of the taxon in detail. So species is a basic so if we talk about species, it is a basic taxonomic hierarchy which represent the second name of the binomial nomenclature, which has the maximum number of the common character. Okay, now, if we talk about genus, which can be defined as it is a group of related species. Suppose genus, which can be defined as group of related species. Okay, so with the help of example, I would like to explain that if we talk about different kind of species, here it's species A and here it's species B. If we find a little bit of similarities, then we can term the whole as a genus. Okay, so it represents the first name of the binomial nomenclature. The genus, however, this level genus has the less number of common characters as compared to species. Now we will look at the example of species that are Tigris, Leo, and Pardus, which has a common genus Panthera. Okay. Similarly, two genus are given here, Panthera and Felis, that has a common family, that is Phyllidae. In case of plants, if we talk about the species, that is Tuberosum nigrum, Melangenella, and Lycopodium, which has a common genus, that is Solanum. Now, if we talk about genus, it can be classified into two types, that is polytypic, that is one genus for more than one species. Okay, and in case of monotypic, only one genus is given for one species, like Homo sapiens. This species has been given only for one genus, right? But in case of polytypic, we can say that Panthera and Solanum is the genus which has been used for many different species. Now, if we talk about family, it is the group of related genera with less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. However, in the case of plant family, it is characterized on the basis of vegetative and reproductive parts. Okay. Now, in case of plants, Solanaceae is a family, and in animal, Phyllidae is a family. Okay, this was just an example. Now, in case of order, it is related families with still less number of common characters in comparison to family, genera, and species. Few of the examples of the plant kingdom are Polymoneous, which is order of a plant kingdom, and Carnivora, which is a order of animal kingdom. Now class. It is related order with still less number of common characters in comparison to order, family, genus, and species. What we can see as we are reaching to the top of the hierarchical system, we can find that characteristics are decreasing, but the number of individuals are increasing. Okay, so this is a common point. You have to just keep in mind that when we go from down to up, the common characters decreases, and vice versa when we come from upside to downside. Okay, so one of the example of class in plant kingdom is dicotyledon, and in case of animal it's mammalia. Now if we talk about the division of the phylum, phylum is used for animals and division is used for plants at the same taxon, at the same hierarchical level. Okay, which is the higher category which represent the related classes with the less number of similarities as compared to lower taxa. Okay, in case of plants angiosperm is a division, and in case of animals chordata is a phylum. Now, if we talk about kingdom, it is the highest taxon with least number of common characters in comparison to all the lower taxa. So, we can say that here the number of individuals are maximum. Number of individual are highest, whereas the common characters are least. Okay, so basically plant kingdom has 5 divisions, which are thallophytes, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperm. And if we talk about animal kingdom, it is divided into Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Scalyhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. Animal kingdom, which has 2 common characters, which are nervous system and locomotion. Now, one of the most important table from this chapter, which is given in NCERT, is a few organisms whose common names and biological names are given and has been classified at different level of taxonomic category, which are man, which is also whose scientific name is Homo sapiens, housefly, that is Mosca domestica, mango, that is Mangifera indica, and wheat, which is known as Triticum acetivum. Now, with this, we came to an end of this chapter. So, in case if you like this video, do like, share, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.